Hello everyone. First, please allow me to share some great video clips that have helped to focus public attention on the 2012 event.
This means the fifth and current cycle, like its predecessors, will also end in destruction. If so, what could trigger it? The answer may lie in a rare cosmic event that the Maya predicted more than 2,000 years ago. With their advanced astronomy, it seems likely that the Maya consciously devised their long count calendar to end on December 21st, 2012. On this date, the Earth completes a rare cycle around its axis, and the Sun moves to the center of the Milky Way. The calendar advances. Galactic forces move into alignment. The Maya prophecy approaches. What will happen on that fateful day, December 21st, 2012?
Calendar was unlike any other. These great gears illustrate their concept of time. The hieroglyphs on the larger wheel mark the 365 days of the solar year. Those on the two smaller gears represent the 260 days of the priest's sacred calendar. Together, this Maya time machine identifies the astrological significance of every single day. Using this calendar, Maya priests predicted the precise time and place of solar eclipses. For the average Maya, it must have seemed as if their leaders controlled the awesome power of the heavens. The cycles of the moon were mapped so precisely that today, 1,500 years later, their calculations are off by only 33 seconds. Even the moment of Maya creation, some 5,000 years ago, is a fixed point in the sacred calendar. Forbiddingly, so too is the end of this world. According to the Maya calendar, this cycle of creation will cease to exist at precisely 4 Ahau, 3 Kankin, Sunday, December 23rd, 2012.
Well, kudos to these History Channel and Time Life video productions. They did a good job, but they got some things right and some things wrong. Step through the doorway with me now. Truth is, it will be the day 4 Ahau 3 Kankin, the winter solstice, on Friday, December 21st, 2012. And it won't be the end of the world. Any understanding of 2012 begins with getting a grasp on where our solar system resides within our Milky Way galaxy. Over the past years, we've always had to use artistic renderings, but now researchers believe we have a bipolar center to our spiral galaxy, and our sun resides in one of the outer bands. The Maya couldn't, nor can we, actually see the center of the galaxy. What we see are the local star systems and interstellar dust clouds that surround us. But this is an actual infrared composite image from NASA that shows the bipolar center of our galaxy and the dust clouds we can see. And all of these can manifest above us on any clear night. Imagine how clear the nights must have been for the ancient Maya. The Maya evolved the belief in what we term creation centers, areas in the celestial canopy that had intrinsic important meaning. The original creation center was to the north, where we now see the North Star, and where all the other stars appear to revolve around it. To understand the two most important creation centers of the Maya, let's first remember how the planets revolving around our sun do so by orbiting along one solar plane. From our perspective on Earth, our solar plane crosses the galactic plane, the arc of the Milky Way, at not quite a right angle. When we see the constellation Orion, we are looking out of the galaxy, and when we see the constellation Sagittarius, we are looking towards the center of our galaxy. Let's discuss the arc of the ecliptic by first focusing in on the pathway that the Sun and Moon and all of the planets follow. Their orbits are not scattered all over the sky, but each follows along a 15-degree wide pathway called the arc of the ecliptic. And if we upturn this arc 90 degrees or so, we have the pathway above us, just as the sun, moon, and planets pass over in the nighttime sky. If we simplify it down to just the two arcs, we can see there are two areas where they cross. These are two of the other Maya creation centers. An interesting thing is that in Maya sculpture, carved on stela, any king shown front-faced in full ceremonial attire is always depicted holding a double-headed serpent. And this can be superimposed over our two arcs, pointing to each creation center. The creation centers are marked by the Maya great crosses in the sky, the source of the belief that when the Spanish first encountered the Maya, the various images of crosses they bore made them think that the Maya were one of the lost tribes of Israel. Let's first take a look at the creation center we see when we look towards Gemini out of our galaxy. At the crossroads near Gemini, a lot is going on here. The area where we see Orion, the Maya see the three belt stars as a turtle's back, and a triangle of three stars are known as the three hearthstones. From the murals at Bonampak are some glyphs for a few of our players. And where we see twins in the constellation of Gemini, the Maya saw two copulating peccaries. Linda Sheely describes this area of the Milky Way as the Wakan Chan, or World Tree, source of the images of the great carved crosses at Palenque. The turtle is the place of rebirth. Itzamye, the Big Dipper, sits at the top to the north, and the double-headed serpent is bisected at the crossroads. This is the same creation place depicted on the sarcophagus cover in Pakal's tomb. At the moment of his death, he falls into the underworld and journeys to the crossroads to be reborn. Depicted here are the two hero twins from the Maya creation story as they assist in the rebirth of the corn god. This is tied into a yearly cycle of the rebirth of our sun. Let's take a closer look at the triangle of three stars that represent the three hearthstones. Originally, any Maya cooking fire, or ceremonial fire, as above so below, would be made using three stones. Imagine them perhaps supporting a plate there to warm their tortillas. In the center is the fire, and as Yucatec Maya elder Humbat's Men has told me, what we see as the M42 and M43 nebula represent Hunabku, the supreme Maya god, one giver of movement and measure. With recent Hubble satellite imagery, we can see there really is a fire in this creation place. There are really star factories here where new stars are born. We are seeing into the eye of Hunabku. Let me mention a little bit about precession. It is an astronomical cycle of 26,000 years due to the slow wobble in the orbit of the Earth's axis. And our Sun follows the pathway of the arc of the ecliptic, superimposed against the background of the constellations of our zodiac. Western astrology divides the 26,000-year cycle into 12 ages, marked by our familiar constellations, over which our Sun will slowly pass. The Maya divided this cycle into 5 periods of 5,200 years. Each period is a full count of the Maya long count calendar. And at the end of a long count and the beginning of the next, our Sun is reborn. We are ready to enter the 5th sun. So let's see the creation place where all this happens. 13,000 years ago, our Sun passed through the previously mentioned creation place, looking out of our galaxy in Gemini, and now, 180 degrees around the arc of the ecliptic, our Sun is ready to enter the creation place near Sagittarius, as we look towards the center of our galaxy. In fact, Sagittarius is right up there, and as Sagittarius and Scorpio are along the arc of the ecliptic, they say if the archer of Sagittarius shoots his arrow towards Scorpio, its path will cross the arc of the Milky Way directly over the galactic center. It's our second crossroads, the creation place where the 5th sun is reborn in 2012. It has taken our Sun 26,000 years to reach this spot. Here the interstellar dust clouds form the shape of the open mouth of a crocodile. This area is known as the Dark Rift, the portal to the underworld, the road to Xibalba, the galactic womb, and a place of rebirth. And here, on a carved stela from the site of Asapa, we see our open-mouthed crocodile sitting atop a double-headed serpent, at the moment of the rebirth of the solar deity, shown in a stance of movement and measure. Now, to see what this crossroads is all about, let's take a view of the galactic center and superimpose upon it the outline of our crocodilian dark rift. Through here runs the arc of the Milky Way, and the arc of the ecliptic crosses it at this angle. On December 21st, 2012, this is where the 5th sun will be reborn, the end of the current long count calendar and the beginning of another. Remember, the sun hasn't been here for 26,000 years, but in such a long time span, researchers speak not so much of a specific day alignment, but an alignment zone of 20 years either side of 2012. It is a marker for an age of transformation. The rebirth of the sun is the main plot behind the Maya creation story. Each player in the script has a celestial counterpart in the skies. Here we see an illustration showing the birth of the hero twins, the main protagonists of the story. And here is how the Maya would have seen this most important day. Izapa is the pre-Maya site where researchers believe the Maya long count calendar and the 260-day sacred Tzolk'in calendar originated. Over time, and due to precession, the Maya could attune to the eventual alignment by noting how the galactic bulge was slowly less high in the sky when the December solstice sun rose. Funny thing is, wherever you are on that fateful day, you'll have to understand the alignment to know it's happening, because the sun will rise brightly and will be blocking out any naked eye view of the galactic center. Every Maya king identified with this creation place towards the galactic center. Here is where he would travel in his shamanic journeys, and through him, his people had a cosmic connection. This belief system that their rulers had a divine connection served the Maya well. And here is something very special to me that I wear at my 2012 presentations. It is a hand-carved replica of a piece found by archaeologists in a royal tomb at Copan. Here we see the solar deity surrounded by 3 stones of precious jadeite within the womb of the crocodile. It is a perfect statement of the 2012 alignment, carved in bone. It is a gift from Mary Lou and Jay Ridinger, the couple who discovered the Maya jade quarries. I thank them wholeheartedly for their thoughtfulness. You know, the modern Maya really have no major prophecies for this age, but the Maya creation story may give us some clues. It recounts that each earlier age was drastically transformed from the previous. Mankind evolved from being made of mud to being made of wood, to having a backbone, to being made of maize, perhaps a hint at genetic mutation. Earth was destroyed by jaguars, then wind, then fire, then water. The new sun is scheduled to be Olim, movement, earthquake, perhaps a hint at frequency change. The truth is, scientists now know 2012 is the peak in a long cycle of solar activity. You don't need a prophet for this one. A strong solar flare in our direction would have disastrous effects for us earthly deities. Wherever you choose to be on 12/21/2012, make sure to wear some heavy UV glasses and bring along some strong sunblock. Future generations are depending on you.